Hi, I'm Vicki. Welcome to Make Life Special and another visit in Vickie's kitchen. Tonight I'm going to be assembling my mom's Sunday pot roast dinner, and this will cook all night in the crock pot on low, and we'll have this tomorrow for lunch. The ingredients are a 3-pound chuck roast, about 3 cups of baby carrots, 6 to 7 peeled potatoes, and then I'll cut these in half, a can of cream of mushroom soup, and a can of French onion soup, and then I'll top it off with onions. So to start with, we'll spray the crock pot, and I'm going to add the carrots on the bottom. And then cut the potatoes in half and add those. You always want to put the vegetables on the bottom of the crock pot because they're the slowest to cook and they need the highest heat. Now at this point, I like to salt and pepper the vegetables. This is a great recipe. It's really comfort food at its finest, and it is so good. Then we'll add the chuck roast on top of the potatoes and carrots, and we're just going to pour the soup on top of all of this. You don't even have to mix the soup together, we'll just pour that on. And spread it around. Okay, and then to finish with, I'll cut the onions in half and lay those on top. And that's it for now. We'll cover this and cook it on low for 10 hours. And then with this particular crock pot, after the 10-hour cooking cycle, it will automatically switch to warm. So this will keep warm until we're ready to finish this up tomorrow for lunch. So we'll come back tomorrow at noon and I'll show you what the finished product looks like, and I'll also teach you how to make gravy in the crock pot. Hi, welcome back for part 2 of my mom's Sunday pot roast dinner. Last night we put the pot roast into the crock pot in layers. We first layered carrots and potatoes, and then we seasoned those with salt and pepper. I then put a 3-pound chuck roast on top of the vegetables and poured on 1 can of French onion soup, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, and then I put some quartered onions around the top. And I set the crock pot to cook on low for 10 hours. This particular crock pot, after it finished cooking the 10 hours, then automatically switched to warm. And now we're ready to serve this for lunch today. So I'm going to take the roast out, and it'll be very, very tender. In fact, I'll have to take it out in probably 2 pieces to get it out on the platter. And I'm going to just serve this all on one platter with the roast, the potatoes, the carrots, and the onions. And then after I get the ingredients out of the crock pot, I'm going to make gravy using the Wondra flour, which is really my secret ingredient for gravy. I love it. I love to use that when I make gravy. So there's the roast. I'll get the onions out. Those on the platter. The onions, I will say, is one thing I did add to my mom's recipe. She didn't put onions in hers, but I do like the cooked onions. Now we'll get the potatoes. And I'll just go ahead and mix some of the carrots in with this too. It's just really easier to get it out that way. Now at this point, I've turned the crock pot back on high because I want to make the gravy, and it needs to be on the high setting really to get the flour to mix in properly. And you'll see how quick and easy it is to make gravy this way. Really in about a minute's time we'll have lump-free gravy. to make the gravy, as I said, the crock pot's on high, and I simply sprinkle in the Wondra flour and start whisking. And this will take just about a minute to thicken up, and I'll show you how easy it is. In fact, it's almost ready. It's a little bit more. And that's it. I'll show you with the spoon what this looks like. You can see how thick and lump-free the gravy is. There are little bits of meat in it from the roast, but no lumps. So to serve this, I'm going to go ahead and spoon some of this into the gravy bowl. And then I would just let everyone serve themselves with this. Oh, this is great. Okay. And there you have my mom's Sunday pot roast dinner and homemade gravy.